Welcome to Good Mythical MORE. We're going to do some interesting experiments with eggs, like removing the shell but keeping the egg intact.
Oh, can that be done? But first, we're going to try to guess a word, the definition of a word. Glad Mike's here. Agastopia.
Spell it.
A-G-A-S, topia. So...
This is a world where Agatha Christie novels are worshipped as sacred texts. What's your guess, Mike?
That's a pretty good guess.
I mean, I'm just excited. I so rarely get to hear a word I've never heard before. The topia certainly makes me think it has to do with the structuring of a society, the agriculture, aggravating.
Agatha Christie?
Agatha Christie.
So you're agreeing with me?
I think it's just a perfect world where it's just all gas all the time, man.
All right, let's find out.
Like Jupiter.
Agastopia, the love of one part of a person's body. What?
I've got Agastopia for your fill in the blank with whatever you want it to be.
All right, so we've got some experiments, but we earn the right by losing to enjoy eggnog. Mike, you got
Glad I can help.
You got your eggnog there, or are you just gonna?
I just went with whole eggs.
Okay. I mean, if you want more whipped cream, we could give you some of that.
Well, here's the funny thing. After just smelling a bunch of fermented eggnog, I thought that this was going to be really nasty, but it's not.
It's actually a lot better. You want some whipped cream?
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, see,
Wow,
we don't want to leave you out.
So fun.
Oh, yeah, put a little bit on here. That's nice. Okay. First experiment.
Experiment.
Yeah. Get it? We're gonna make bouncy eggs, which means what? We're gonna remove the shell of an egg.
We're gonna dissolve.
Chemically, yeah, the vinegar and the calcium carbonate are going to have a little party.
All right, what do we do? Take a raw egg, put the egg in a jar. Okay.
Just take this completely off screen is what I mean.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
What's the next thing?
Put the egg in the jar, fill the jar with white vinegar until the egg is submerged. Mike, that's your job.
On it.
Use this.
Gotta unscrew the top.
Okay.
Pop the top. Okay, that's not gonna happen.
Until the egg is submerged.
Now, I will let you know, Link, that this is basically just being done to show you this first step, because you have to now let it sit for 3 days, which has been done.
It's been done.
Mm-hmm. So bring in the ones that have been in white vinegar for 3 days, and you can see, Mike, re-explain the chemical process that just happened here.
The vinegar and the calcium carbonate in the eggshell react, and basically the vinegar dissolves the calcium carbonate, which leaves nothing but the inner membrane of the egg, which is, say it with me, selectively permeable. So it's going to let the vinegar cross the boundary into the egg, which is going to slightly increase its volume and put some tension on that inner membrane, which is why the egg becomes just a bit bouncy.
I can't grab it out of here. I'm going to just pour it out.
Pouring it into your hand.
Okay, there we go. Now you take some.
Can I have one? Let me have.
Well, you take cold water and pour over this. So this is kind of a two-part process, because that will get rid of the rest of the shell that's on there.
That's crazy looking.
And it'll just be membrane. Yeah. See.
Look.
It feels like it could burst at any moment.
It very much could.
So.
What?
So just for the sake of time, I'm going to just do this side here and show you.
That is wild. If I touch it,
yeah, man. Look at that. That is just the membrane of the egg, and it is also the egg has gotten bigger, but that's just because the membrane is no longer being contained in the shell, I guess.
And one fun thing about seeing an egg in this state is without that hard shell, you see it looks much more like a fish egg, only with more water. And as animals moved out of the ocean and onto land, they had to create structurally rigid shells that basically contained a little bit of ocean so that those early embryos could develop in a way very similar to the way they did when life was aquatic.
A little bit of ocean.
An egg is an ocean.
And then look, you see...
All ocean.
I don't know what part of the egg that is where it's attached to the shell, but you can see that little white cap in there.
What is that?
Where it's that little part inside where the yolk
Can I touch?
or something is attached to the side of the egg.
Oh, you know I want to squeeze it.
Well, if you're gonna do that, squeeze it while it's in front of you.
To be clear, remember, selectively permeable. That vinegar is migrated into the egg, and now that membrane is stretched taut.
Where's our little tool bag? Where the little pokey deal?
Wait, oh, you want to poke
I'm gonna
it?
poke it and see if it'll just
You want to drain it?
drain out.
Yeah,
There should be like a needle deal in there.
Yeah, Mike, you hold that. There's a poker. There's a poker in here.
Oh yeah, we can. Yeah, you can do it over the tray.
Yes, like this thing right here is perfect for it. I'll just hold the.
I feel like this has got to be, you know.
Yeah, it's pressurized.
That didn't work. But what is this? The membrane? It's like it's underwear. It's like its whitey tighties came off.
And then you pierce the egg. The yolk.
Nothing happens there.
This is, you know what? You know what this looks like? This is sex egg, guys.
We have another experiment.
You ever seen that?
Oh, gosh.
This is like in vitro, man. That's what they do in vitro. Look at that. You ever seen like a close up?
All right, next up we're gonna do a strength test.
It's quite gross.
Start with one raw egg. I gotta move some of this stuff out of here.
Yeah, you know what? This whole tray, this egg tray, can go. Yeah, let's get some eggnog in us.
So appetizing.
Okay, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna start with one raw egg. We're gonna place the egg on top of a bottle cap so it doesn't roll. Okay. I don't know what these are for yet. Put those there.
Clean up.
So which way does it go?
And then you put
Straight up?
another bottle cap on top of that. So do we need? Is there another tray, or did we just use it?
There's an order I need.
Oh, Link, you have two trays. I need one of those trays.
Oh. Okay. Take that tray.
Okay, and now give me an egg and a couple of bottle caps. All
There
right.
you go.
Okay, and so I'm going to do a different strength test over here.
So I'm gonna put that right in the middle here.
Now remember, eggs have a hard job. They are, they're trying to support an originally aquatic organism outside of the sea. And in the case of, well, all eggs are warmed in some way, either by being buried in the ground or actively warmed by a bird. And so they have to be able to handle the weight of each other against themselves, the weight of the ground, the weight of, a mother bird.
I think
So they're tougher than you think.
Some birds
raw load bearing capacity.
Some birds weigh exactly the same as our novel, The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek.
The balancing is the difficult part.
And that's really a function of the
Couple eggs?
Yeah, you can
Oh.
create a couple eggs, maybe easier.
Yeah, well, let's use a couple eggs.
Oh, a couple eggs.
Not my idea, but I'm gonna do it because
But
Chase tried so hard to open that jar.
But what if
earlier.
these eggs are not the exact same dimensions? We might have a problem, Chase.
Use 3 eggs.
Right.
Use
I'm gonna
3 eggs.
I'm gonna add. Mike, I'm sorry we don't have a copy of your books here. We're just blatantly using our own.
But we could make a promo. Mike's latest book, "You're a Miracle and a Pain in the Ass," or is it "Why You're a Miracle"?
You're a miracle.
You are a miracle and a pain in the ass, correct.
What's the subtitle?
Understanding the habits, mysteries, and emotions that make you you.
Highly recommend. Oh man, I'm going for
I'm just enthralled with how many books these eggs are holding.
Intro to How Not to Be a Social Outcast. This is the official prop from Epic Rap Battle, Nerd vs. Geek. We haven't moved this from our bookshelf back there.
I mean,
until right now.
I think there's quite. I mean, there's a whole lot more that could go on top of these. I think I might just start pressing and see when I get breakage.
And of course, we have the first book that Rhett wrote without me. My Hair Goes Up, which now I guess I could take credit for. Oh no, I wrote it about the author. Wink is the best author of all time.
The Beth author? He's the
author.
Beth author you've ever heard.
His one and only biography, My Hair Goes Up, about his friend Rhett, has already gotten him a Nobel Prize for Literature, and it hasn't even been released yet.
Huh.
While he is not writing books about Rhett, Link enjoys frosted mini wheats and looking at pictures of miniature horses.
Yep.
This is an old one.
Okay, I'm going to begin pressing on this, and I'm just going to tell you, based on how hard I'm pressing, how many pounds I'm pressing.
Okay.
That's impressive.
Okay, that's 5 pounds, 10 pounds,
I'm a push too.
15 pounds, 20 pounds,
I'm catching up. I'm also at 20 now.
25 pounds, 30 pounds,
I'm gonna stand up.
35 pounds. Oh gosh. 40 pounds.
Oh wow.
Oh! You know what happened?
Yeah.
It got a little uneven. Try to stay as even as you possibly can.
800 pounds. 805 pounds per
Wow.
square.
Whoa! I'm about to say, I looked at that egg and it was like at like a 70-degree angle. So it could only hold so much. Okay.
I'm glad we didn't mess up our props doing that. Which book is this? The Brothers Grimm.
I only messed up the novel a little bit.
Okay, let's do one more. Which one do you want to do? Let's do the spinning.
But hold on, just process that for a second. Would you have thought an egg could hold that much weight?
Well, here's the thing.
They seem to break so easily.
I would not have thought, but because of the internet, the answer to that question is always like, would you believe
Yeah.
how strong an egg is? I mean, our kids were growing up in a world where all the things that amazed us when we were growing up, it's just like, of course, Dad, I know an egg's strong. I figure an egg's really strong, Dad. People can't be amazed anymore, Mike. That's the problem with this world. You got to lie to them to amaze them.
I'm still totally amazed. I mean, even understanding the expected results, seeing it play out that way, the difference between a static load on an egg and a shatter pressure is wild.
You heard it here, people. The difference in a static load and a shatter pressure is wild.
Straight up wild with a Y.
Let's pick one more experiment to do. Should we do the spinning shell?
The spinning shells seems
I think that was
super
pretty
interesting.
fun. Let's do that. And I want to remind you guys, we have exclusive merch and Prime shipping at our Amazon store. Amazon.com/mythical. Check that out. Mike's books are on Amazon. Also check him out.
Also true.
Okay. You see that little thing I was talking about? That little thing attached to the shell?
Oh yeah.
It's like a little air pocket inside the shell that is attached to it. It's like another membrane. Is that some sort of like
like a
pressure
cushion?
relief system?
All right, step 1, get a dinner plate. Check. Step 2, pour a few drops of water on the plate.
We have a video for this. Let's
Okay.
let's watch the video as well.
Yeah, I think this one will take a little bit of skill.
Okay, so
we
just
don't.
a little bit of water, rubbing it around.
Okay.
This is how Link washes his dishes at home. With just a little bit of water. What? What? Okay.
Oh,
you spun
my
around?
mind is actually blown right now.
What?
Okay, so
How do we do that?
well, here's a couple
little
of
bit
eggs
of
for you to
water.
try.
Is that too
You
much
just
water?
want enough to like basically lubricate the surface.
Well,
You're-
we're both
You're
doing it.
lubricating while also creating a very small amount of surface tension.
Sure, boy.
Okay.
I don't know. Do we have the right kind of plates for
Two
this?
boys rubbing plates while another friend watches because he's a robot.
I think it needs a bit of a twist. Just a little bit of a twirl.
What am I? That doesn't seem amazing to me. Am I doing something wrong?
So I mean, this one takes more of a practice hand.
Well, I also think
watching
that
kind of hug that curve is impressive.
but their plate in the video is different than our plate. The edges of the plate are different. It's flat. This plate has a super, like I can't get it to.
I see.
Boy, having fun on the internet.
Here we
Would
go.
you believe if I told you that I could just spin an egg endlessly? Would you believe me?
I'm not a good spinner.
Well, I'm spinning the heck out of this one, but it's not going anywhere. It's just getting. Oh. Yeah. That's why some people make internet videos where they spin eggs, and the point of the video is for them to be spinning the eggs. And other people make internet videos where the point of the video is watching them try to spin eggs. You see the difference? You see which category we find ourselves
I
in?
think I got too much water.
Oh, look, Chase is breaking out the special plates. That one right there.
It's the difference between like understanding something and being able to do something, and I find myself so often able to understand without doing.
Yeah, it's like watching golf and playing golf.
Right. Okay.
I don't want to do either, having only done one.
There's no way this is going to work, just so you know. But
It could.
I honestly, when I looked at that, I just saw a guy spinning an egg on a plate. It just didn't seem. Am I doing it?
Well, there was a little bit of an incline on it, and the trick, the thing that's amazing, is watching it unexpectedly hug the curve of the plate instead of falling off if the angle is right.
Oh,
yeah, it just stays on there. Look, look, look. Look. I know I'm not starting to spin, but you can see the beginning of what was happening in the video.
Mm-hmm.
is that right?
Look, 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 look. See? You see how it goes for a little bit?
There you go.
Look, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Well, you got maybe a little too much English on that. Brett was getting it.
Yeah,
I was getting it.
He definitely did it.
I got it.
Let's end on a high note.
Yep,
that was
I got
success. Looking to get Prime shipping on Mythical merch? Well, visit our Amazon store, amazon.com/mythical.